What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another video. All right, guys, I want to talk about something real quick. The most anticipated game now at this point for me this year, outside of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, of course, is going to be solo leveling. So I have been a big time fan of this show, and as well as the manhwa. I've been watching the anime, and it's just got me absolutely hyped to a point of like, I cannot wait for the game to drop anymore. So I've been kind of scouring the Twitter, and I'll kind of share what's going on with you guys, so we can all be on the same page here. If you are a fan of One Punch Man style gameplay where it's action combat, the Twitter page here for Solo Leveling Arise, which is the game that will be dropping, hopefully they're announcing in spring, is going to blow your mind, I would imagine. Now, Netmarble is going to be the creators of this game. If you know anything about Netmarble, they have a love and hate relationship with a lot of players. Their actual webpage is right here, so you guys can actually scour it. Tells you about the story. So if you've never watched it or read the manhwa, I suggest you at least watch the anime. It is a little bit gory, so remember that. Now, the main character, Sung Jin Woo, here is actually who I'm looking forward to the most. It's actually one of the first like actual heroes in a show that, outside of like Demon Slayer and Naruto. I mean, Ichigo's not that good in Bleach to me. There's a lot of better cast members like Urahara, etc., that I'm actually really into. So, Sung Jin-woo, for me, for example, is the character I absolutely want. But the cool thing is the main webpage actually shows you the other different characters. There's Yu Jin-hoo here, who was actually the D-rank tank that he meets while he's in the excavation with those guys who try to betray him within the mana crystals and the spiders. You got yourself Kang. You have yourself Lee. There's so many. There's Park here. There's Kim. I mean, so many badass characters. So the cool thing about this game, I thought it was just going to be using one character, but there's actually quite a few different characters that you can summon for and actually use. So features here, just so you guys can see here. Of course, he's got the same system as he does in the show. You guys can see here different characters are going to be available with different moves, and these are some still shots of the actual characters doing certain things. There's the first real big boss here, obviously. I think it's Kasaka. The snake in the tunnel that he fights, and then he gets his first dagger, right, that does drain, or in this case I think it's bleed and paralyze in this game. So there's a lot of cool things that this game has to offer. There's a gallery here if you want to kind of scour through the different art pieces that are going on. Honestly, guys, I'm telling you now, this game is going to be, for me, it's going to be huge personally. I'm going to absolutely be playing the crap out of it and covering it on my channel. I'm totally all about this. You guys can see here as well too, there's like the E rank 1, E rank 2, E rank 3. These are like little things that you can read about him. There's the different characters and their stories as well too. So if you want to familiarize yourself with some of the dossiers, which is kind of nice way for you to kind of learn about the characters that you may be using in the game, highly recommend going on to the main site here, guys, and just kind of going through the different things. Now the features is kind of what I want to talk about here. So tackle ever evolving gameplay. So you do play as the main character from the webtoon, level up, learn new skills, experience beautiful action-filled gameplay and dynamic combat through various skills and weapon combinations, and then join forces with other hunters. Take on fast-paced gameplay by teaming up with hunters from the original webtoon, master each hunter's abilities and form strategies to combine their powers to quickly clear its stage, and then of course extract your enemies' shadows and have them fight by your side, just like the original webtoon. So there's a lot of amazing things that I'm looking forward to in this game. Now, with that being said, the actual Twitter itself has a lot of cool information. There's actually characters that they talk about, the different armor and gear that they wear. There's actual stills of the game, but also videos of the game. So you can check out here, powerful demons in the station, right? This is I mean, this part was one of the first dungeons he kind of tackles on his own and gains his power, right? There's the lichens right there, which again, he uses the sword and everything. So it sticks very true. There's the actual boss. It looks really damn good, guys, and I'm very much looking forward to play. So let's kind of just scour a little bit through the Twitter and go through this, right? And I want to start from that point right there. You guys can see here. Here's the boss right there. There's the Swamp Blue Venom Fang Kasaka, and then of course the dialogue that keeps you on edge of your seat. So this is actually what ends up happening when they go into the dungeon that starts off the entire chain of events. He's of course called the weakest hunter of all mankind, and then there's the god right there, right, sitting inside the gate, which to me is one of the coolest, scariest looking like villains of all time. You guys can see here a couple different things here. Some events are going on Twitter. These are some of the event winners that have happened from past events. There's an event going on right now, by the way, if you do want to sign up and check out the Twitter. There's a couple different things here of Jinwoo's outfit and what he wears. I think you all know this already. So there's a little bit of an introduction about him. And then, of course, if you currently are watching, this is a dungeon that's happening right now, right here. So let's just check this out. Here's a little bit of combat as well, right? And this part here is part of the show as well, where he just throws the broken sword into the golem, breaks the armor, and helps the D class and C class, or I guess it's D class and E class heroes actually win this. So again, very true to the webtoon, the manhwa, the anime, and there's so much cool things going on here. So honestly, I think this might very well be the biggest hype game for me. Now here's a thing of the White Tiger. White Tiger Guild tank Kim Chul here. He looks like incredible, and that's the cool thing about this game. Like, it not only does the anime and the manhwa and everything treat it like it's an actual MMORPG, but this game has done a good job kind of treating it the same way, but also sticking very similar to, or very close to, the actual true story. You guys can see here a little bit of I'll follow you through to hell. Like, these are some of the quotes that he does, and there's actually some gameplay for him as well too, right here, right? You can see he's fighting those insects that they jump in the dungeon with. There's a couple of monsters that you don't get to see him fight against in the anime currently. There's obviously the spider boss that's going to appear, but it's kind of cool to see like a tank that's a D rank. You can actually use them and kind of familiarize with their gameplay right here, right? There's another one here, right? This is from the obviously this is from the manhwa and the story. This is when he obviously wants to hire him to help him do the raid so his dad can be impressed. I really do hope the language can be switched over to Japanese or Korean or some other Asian language that's obviously true to that. I'm not a big fan of the dubbed versions, to be quite honest. I always loved sticking to the original voices, so I really hope that stays. Here's one of Hwang Dong-suk, which is obviously the leader and the tank of the group that tries to kill both of them and take the monocrystals in that stage. Here's another still of the actual fight, and this is using Sung Jin-woo here to actually do some of the fighting itself, right? So again, looks really, really good, guys. Here's the giant arachnid, the boss of that stage. And then here's a couple of the henchmen, obviously. And you can see here they have a bounty on them as well, too, which is kind of cool. So I'm wondering if the bounty actually does help your character grow. Here's some of the animations in the game. You get to see the comic still, or the manhwa still, as well as the game itself. And then there's the actual arachnid fight. And then the cool thing they've just started reintroducing is some of the characters here, right? There's a B rank mage here, Park. They can actually see some of her moves in action here using wind damage. So a little bit of AoE damage here, fighting some mobs. So again, really, really awesome gameplay, including some stills and some videos here to go through, guys. So I highly recommend check out the site because I think it will show you guys. There's the demon castle, right, where you fight Cerberus, which was insane, by the way, animation-wise. One of the coolest fights I've ever seen in my life. So this is becoming, I think, the most hype game for me, just because of how good the anime has been and the manhwa. And here's some weapons you guys can collect. The Demon's Longsword, for example. It shows you a little bit example of how it plays. Some of the moves you can see here from it. So I'm assuming the gacha system will be probably for weapons and other forms of ways to gain power. So I'm curious to see how expensive this game is going to be, but we're going to try it free to play, and then we're going to see if it's worth spending on. I might, who knows. I'm not holding my breath on the spending part, though, because I'm usually pretty good about lately, especially about being free to play, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So there you guys have it. Coming spring 2024, as it says, the most hype game, in my opinion, outside of Final Fantasy Rebirth for me. I cannot wait, guys. One Punch Man has been amazing, and it's gotten me really, really back into combat RPGs, action RPGs, and I'm hoping this one does not disappoint. All right, guys, Payne, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.